Good evening, Shreya. Send the link in the group, beta. Tell everyone to join. So today we are going to start probability. Already some sort of probability you have understood in your junior classes, where we were discussing about how probabilistic approach is exactly there when you will be dealing with coins and all. So that time you were discussing about random experiment and all. So now what we are going to do is we will understand probability from a new point of view, because probability is the syllabus. It is that part is exactly there which is coming in competitions also, and everywhere it is coming. So probability chapter should be covered very nicely. Where are the rest of the students? Should I wait for them? Now look here. So when we are going to talk about probability, first thing is that we have to understand what exactly probability is. Probability is a type of possibilities, means it is exactly like when we are not sure about something. So probability part also deals with deterministic approach and random. So now if somebody will be asking you that what is exactly probability is about, then you will be saying that more than the definition of probability, the most important part of probability which we are dealing is with possibilities. So if somebody will be telling you that will today rain will be coming, then you will be saying that there may be that there is a possibility of raining today, or there may not be a possibility of raining, because you are not saying Bhumika good evening beta. So there is a chance of raining and there is a chance of not raining. So you'll be saying that not with surety I am saying. So that means you have telling that half percent of rain or 50% of rain is there, 50% of rain is not there. So this is exactly coming when you have given a probabilistic approach there, an approach where you are exactly dealing that fine, there are a chances of rain and the chances of rain is exactly 50%. In the same way, when you will be exactly tossing a fair coin, then that time also you will be saying that there are 50% chances of getting what you called tail, or 50% chances of getting head. So there also we are discussing with probability. There also we are exactly dealing with what? There also we are dealing with probability. So now we are going to go to the next section of it, like deterministic. So probability, when we talk about a random experiment, come on quickly tell me what is the meaning of random experiment. So better I should keep the class off, because I don't know where are the rest of the children. Only Bhumi and Shreya is there. What about the rest of the children? I am well now and I have already informed today class is there. Shreya, did you informed in the group? Class is there? I am waiting for your answers. Okay, Shreya. Kritika, good evening, beta. Good evening, Kritika. So now look here. So first we have to understand what is random experiment. Random experiment means what? Like there are different terms. We are going to deal with these type of contents, like A union B bar will be there. So when A union B bar will be there, exactly what is the meaning of this one? So content by content we are going to understand, but the first part is what is exactly called as random experiment. Random experiment here is exactly of two types. But before understanding random experiment, we have to see that given an outcome you are expecting, outcome means result. Outcome means what? In simple way we can say that outcome is nothing but result. What is outcome here? Outcome is nothing but result here, beta. So when we will be expecting some outcome or result, how we are expecting outcome or result? Now somebody will be asking you that okay, when you have thrown a dice, what can be the outcome? Can anybody tell me what can be the outcome when you have thrown a dice? When a dice is tossed or dice is thrown, so exactly what could be the possible outcomes? What could be the possible outcomes when a dice is thrown? What could be the possible outcomes when a dice is thrown? possible outcomes when a dice is thrown, then you will be saying that when a dice will be thrown, then the possible outcomes can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total 6 outcomes can be possible. Okay, so now next important point is when we are dealing with outcomes, that means random experiment means what? Random experiment means here you have not exactly fixed something, and randomly the content is coming. Randomly means it is exactly coming, means it is not fixed. It is not fixed, that comes under random. So now next important point is how can we discuss random experiment? Then the next important point is random experiment can be coming as deterministic experiment. So there are two different type of experiment. Aparna, good evening beta. Aparna, good evening. Right now I've just started with the most important point here. So random experiment or probabilistic experiment, deterministic and probabilistic. So probability, if you want to know that, it is exactly going to divide into two sections. Anila, good evening beta. One is called as random, and that means random or probabilistic experiment, and second is called as deterministic experiment. So deterministic experiment is what? Deterministic. So what does the meaning of deterministic experiment? If somebody will be telling you what is deterministic experiment, then what answer you are going to give for deterministic experiment? What is deterministic experiment? Deterministic experiment. Anyone, can you say me what is the meaning of deterministic experiment? Deterministic experiment is that experiment which is exactly a fixed one. Fixed one means which outcome you are actually knowing, and that outcome will only be coming. That is coming as called as deterministic experiment. Understand this one, that probability is nothing but an outcome of an experiment, and whenever you are tossing a coin, you are doing an experiment. Whenever you are rolling a dice, you are doing an experiment. Whenever you are doing some activities where you are knowing that an outcome can come, that is exactly an experiment. Now can you give me one example of deterministic experiment? So deterministic experiment, I am just going to tell you in short, means that experiment which is exactly fixed, whose outcome you are actually knowing, that is exactly coming as deterministic experiment. That experiment is coming under as deterministic experiment. Any example of deterministic experiment? Come on, quickly tell me. Any example of deterministic experiment? Because probability is that topic which is coming in competitions, and 12th class probability means super class probability will be there. Dipankar, good evening beta. Good evening Dipankar. So I need to teach you everything in quite details, so only I am discussing this point. What is exactly deterministic experiment? Deterministic experiment is that experiment where you have exactly made up your mind that this is the answer. Means you need not to exactly go somewhere, you know that this is perfectly the answer, so you will be getting the answer. That part is exactly called as deterministic experiment. Now simple example is कि I will be giving you 4, 5. In a plane I will draw different type of triangles. I will draw different type of triangles. I will be drawing different type of triangles. In different type of triangles, what is exactly the deterministic part? Which is exactly the deterministic part? Means which part which is exactly the fixed one, which is not going to change. The part which is fixed, which is not going to change. Can you tell me? In this experiment, means when I am taking different type of triangle, one thing is fixed, which is not going to change. Can you tell me one thing which is exactly fixed, which is not going to change? Quickly think about it and say. Quickly think about it and say which is the thing which is exactly fixed here. By seeing this part itself of the triangle, can you tell me which is exactly fixed? And 3 sides, absolutely correct. Means no matter what will be the length of the triangle, Kritika, absolutely correct point you have got. No matter what will be the length of the sides, exactly a triangle is made with 3 sides. So 3 sides is exactly going to be the fixed one. Okay, now next part, deterministic experiment. Next, another thing for deterministic experiment, angles. Absolutely. So there will be 3 angles. Now some of the angles, there will be 3 angles. Now some of the angles will be what? There will be exactly how many angles? Just 1 minute beta, some buffering is there. Okay, now it is okay. So that is what? That is sum of the angles is 180 degree. Absolutely correct, Dipankar. This is the point I am exactly wanted to say, that ki another important point about deterministic experiment is ki we know that sum of what can be the angle we don't know. Maybe the triangle can be an equilateral triangle. Maybe the triangle can be an isosceles triangle, isosceles right angle triangle, scalene triangle means the acute angle triangle, reflex angle means obtuse angle triangle means different type of triangles are possible. Good evening, Arvind. But the most important point is the deterministic approach says that the sum of the angle of the triangle is 180 degree. Means the two things what you have said, one side is exactly fixed, and that is all a triangle will be having three sides, and exactly the sum of the angles, that is a plus b plus c, it will always be coming as 180 degree. This is the most important point, and that's why it is called as deterministic experiment. But deterministic experiment is exactly having certain limitations. It cannot be viable or it cannot be experimental. More than deterministic experiment, we are exactly going for another approach that is called as probabilistic experiment. What is the meaning of probabilistic experiment, beta? Meaning of probabilistic experiment is where there is no where there is not a possibility of a fixed outcome. That is exactly called as probabilistic experiment. Like whatever experiment you have studied in class 9th and 10th related to probability now, like tossing a fair coin, tossing two coins, or taking dice and rolling the dice, or doing that type of experiment, that was totally purely based on probabilistic experiment. Okay, that was totally purely based on what type of experiment? Probabilistic experiment. Now, without wasting time, shall we start some very important points, because I have to teach you very massive things. Kritika aunty, can you explain once about deterministic experiment? Yes, beta, I am going to explain about deterministic experiment. If somebody will be asking you about deterministic experiment, you are exactly going to say that the experiment what you perform day to day life and which is exactly fixed, which is not going to be changed, means the experiment where you are sure about that this can be the content coming, that is exactly called as deterministic experiment. That comes under which type of experiment? That comes under deterministic experiment, like fixed one. Fixed means it is not going to change. So like Kushbu aunty will teach maths means Kushbu aunty will teach maths. That is coming under deterministic experiment. Fine. So next day Kushbu aunty will teach Sanskrit. That comes under probability. But that is called as probabilistic experiment. It is not fixed one. But she will teach maths. That is a fixed one. So it comes under deterministic. Means simple way I am telling you that if you take different figures, like we have talked about square and all, beta. Now can you tell me what is the probabilistic experiment in a square? Means if I am going to take a plane and in that many squares we will draw, then what can be the content which comes under deterministic experiment? What can be the content that comes under deterministic experiment? Come on, I know you can do it. I know you can do it because you talked about triangle very nicely. So I'm expecting you are going to explain about square also very nicely. Come on, come on, come on. You can say the answer. Come on, try this one out. What can come under deterministic one? Related to sides? Yes, a square is having 4 sides. So no matter what will be the length of the sides, if somebody will be telling you that what is the deterministic approach here, then you will say that here deterministic approach is a square is exactly having 4 sides. That is fixed there, and sum of the angles is coming as 360 degree, as Dipankar said. That is again the true point, Dipankar. That is, it is exactly the fixed one. Adit, good evening, beta. So that is exactly the fixed one which is exactly not going to change. So probabilistic approach deals with like where you are doing a random experiment and where you are not knowing what can be the outcome. But deterministic experiment deals with that random experiment where you know that this is the perfect outcome which is coming. Like a square square is made with 4 sides. There is no here and there. The statement is a fixed one. A square has 4 sides. There is no here and there. The correct statement about a triangle is having 3 sides. We cannot go out after that. We cannot make a triangle triangle and say that a triangle is having 4 sides. That is impossible event. Okay, possible deterministic approach is a triangle is having 3 sides. Okay, correct only, Dipankan. So this is comes under deterministic and probabilistic approach. So once deterministic and probabilistic approach is finished, now we are going to talk about sample space. What is sample space? See, you have to understand that elementary event. What is first comes under elementary event. Elementary event. Elementary event. So what is elementary event? If somebody will be asking you what is elementary event, what is exactly elementary event? So if somebody will be asking you elementary event, then what answer you are exactly going to give? Elementary event. Think about elementary event and then say the answer. According to you, what can be the elementary event? What can be the elementary event? What can be elementary event? Now I am just explaining you in in a simplest way, the most simplest way. You have given me a coin and you said, auntie, play with this coin. Now I tossed the coin, I got a tail. Okay, this is an outcome. This is an outcome. Outcome is exactly what? A tail. Then again Adit said, auntie, toss it again. This time again I tossed, I got a tail. Then again Dipankar is saying, auntie, toss it. Then I got a head. So exactly here, different outcomes, means every time I am exactly getting different outcome. That outcome is exactly coming as either head or a tail. Listen to my story, you will be able to understand what is elementary event. But every time I am participating in tossing a coin. Every time I am participating in tossing a coin and I am getting an outcome. So exactly this is exactly called as elementary event. So where we are, okay, that is flipping a coin. Yes, beta. So ma'am, flipping or tossing a coin, whenever you will be doing it, that means every time we are expecting an outcome. An outcome is a result. Okay, but when we are taking a coin and we are tossing a coin, beta, every moment we are exactly undergoing with an elementary event. So what is it is exactly in random experiment is performed, then each of the outcome is known as elementary event. So every time whatever outcome is coming, it is exactly called as elementary event. I hope you might have understood, beta. So every time whenever you are tossing a coin, exactly what you are doing, you are playing with an elementary event. Elementary event. So every outcome can be called as elementary event. Every outcome can be considered as, every time when an outcome is coming, it is exactly a part of what? Elementary event. Did you understood this point? Come on, quickly tell me, you understood? So every time when we are tossing a coin, or when we are tossing a coin, or we are exactly rolling a dice or playing with a card, so whenever we are doing this activity, each outcome will be a part of elementary event. Each outcome will be exactly a part of what? Each outcome will be a part of elementary event. Now next comes the sample space. So what is exactly a sample space? Now sample space is a very important part of probability. Without sample space, we cannot think about probability. Okay. Sample space is a total outcome. Sample space is exactly a set of total outcome, all possible outcomes, all possible outcomes. Now, I am just giving one question to you. After that, you will be able to tell me the answers. Now, look here. First one puzzle I am playing with you. Let's see how you are exactly going to answer this puzzle question. The first part is like, I am having a ball. Okay. Now, I am having a ball. The ball is exactly of red color. Fine. So I am having a ball. A ball is exactly having a red color. Fine. Now with this I am having a coin. A coin is having two faces, head and tail. So every time what I am doing is, just listen to me, every time what I am doing is, I am exactly throwing the ball and tossing the coin. I am throwing the ball and tossing the coin. So what will be the total sample space? So I am having a red ball and I am having a coin. So every time what I am doing is, I am exactly, first I am throwing the ball and then I am tossing the coin. So what will be the total sample space? What will be the sample space of it? You know that sample space is the total outcome. So what will be the sample space here? Come on, tell me. Anyone who can answer this, what will be the sample space here? Sample space here. Come on, you can answer it. But with that sample space, Dipankar, I have said one thing. I am just first throwing the ball and then tossing a coin. So throwing a ball and tossing a coin. Kritika, absolutely correct. But what will be the order, Kritika? First I am throwing the ball and then tossing a coin. Throwing the ball and tossing a coin. Then what could be the particular order, Kritika? This you have understood correctly, but the order will be what? So what will be the sample space? A sample space is a set of complete outcomes. Set of complete outcomes. See, maximum, what can be the possible ways? See, look here, beta. A coin is having two faces, Dipankar. A coin is having maximum how many faces? A coin is exactly having two faces. Okay. So, since a coin is having two faces, so first you threw the ball. So, after throwing the ball, so that means a ball is of red color. Fine. Pooja, good evening, Pooja. Pooja, good evening, beta. So once you threw the ball, now ball is red color. Now with that ball, either you will get a tail, with that ball, either you can get a head. So maximum two chances are there. Dipankar, you have to understand this one very nicely. See, I didn't say that two balls are there. One red ball will be there, one white ball will be there. I said only one ball is there. Now, first what you are doing is, you are throwing the ball and then tossing a coin. So, what can be the maximum outcomes? What can be the all possible outcomes? So, only one ball is there. So, one ball with head, one ball with tail. So, the maximum outcome can be RT, RH. The maximum red ball, tail, red ball, head. Now we are going to just puzzle it up, and this time what I am doing is I am introducing a red ball and a white ball along with a coin. Okay, now a red ball and a white ball along with a coin. So this is the red ball and this is the white ball. So now what will be the complete sample space? What will be the complete sample space? Come on, tell me, what will be the complete sample space? Sample space is a collection of all the outcomes. A sample space is a collection of all the outcomes. So when you are writing the sample space, what answer we are expecting here? Come on, quickly tell me. Come on, you can do it. So first I am throwing a ball and then I am tossing a coin. So first again I am telling you the order. What is the order here? First work is I am just taking a ball, I am throwing the ball and then I am tossing the coin. So first which ball I am going to take and what I am going to toss, then which ball I am going to take, what I am going to toss. That should be the sample space. So here first red ball is there. So come on, start with red ball and tell me the answer. First red ball is there, start with red ball and tell me, and then white ball. Okay, Dipankar, red, white, head. Only one ball tossed at a time, one ball throwing at a time. So I am not throwing both the ball here. Yes, Kritika, she nailed it. Now look here, Dipankar, your point is absolutely correct, beta, but you cannot take them together. The most important point is first red ball. First red ball. So first red ball with red ball, one tail, with red ball, head. So now this is the maximum outcomes. This is the maximum outcome from red with head and tail. Understood, Dipankar? Now go for the next one, beta. The next one is white ball with white ball with tail, white ball with tail and white ball with head. That's it. Super performance. So exactly this will be the sample space. So Jabin, good evening, beta. So that means now this is called as the sample space. Here we have taken all the specific outcomes. Here what we have done, we have taken the entire specific outcome. Good night, Jamin. So I hope you might have understood here that red with tail, red with head, white with tail, white with head. So when we are writing everything, that is exactly coming as total sample space. This is exactly coming as total sample space. Now from the sample space we are selecting events. When we are selecting events, now what is an event? Event is an outcome of an experiment. Okay, but event is an outcome of an experiment. What is an event? We don't I don't want you to mug the experiment, mug the definition and all. I just really want you to understand and explain it in your own point. So if somebody will be asking from you what is exactly an event, then your answer will be, okay, event is nothing but an outcome, but that event must be from sample space. This is a very important point. The event should be coming from the sample space, because sample space is a collection of all the entire events. Okay, all the entire events collection is exactly a total sort of collection, is exactly a sample space. Now in simple way, if you want to understand, you have exactly rolled a dice. When you rolled a dice, what can be the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total possible outcomes after rolling a dice is exactly coming as, after rolling a dice is coming as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if somebody will be asking you event of getting a number 7, event of getting a number 7. Now what is the answer for this question? What is the answer for this question? Because this is the starting class and I want you to understand probability in very simple words. So only I have exactly made it into a very low level of understanding. So event of getting a number 7, what will be? It is coming as impossible event. Very good, Dipankar. So everyone start answering, then only beta you will be understanding what is exactly the point here. So 100% this will be called as impossible event. Why it will be called as impossible event? Because it is not possible to get 7, because in sample space, first thing is that it is not present in your total outcome. Your total outcome is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 6 numbers are your total outcome, but 7 is coming out of 6. So 100% it is coming as an impossible event. 100% it is coming as which type of event? 100% it is coming as impossible event. So this is exactly the most important point we have discussed. Now let's see some very weird means different level. Okay, different level questions. 6 o'clock Kartika, Kanishka, 6 o'clock, and I am going to teach you science. Today's continuation part 2 I am going to teach you there. Fine. So now look here, one question I am giving you. I am reading out a question and you have to write the answer. Just type the sample space. No need to put bracket and all. You can write the answers in commas also. Okay. Question is, there is a bag and in that bag 3 different balls are there. Okay. So I am just writing that a bag is containing 3 different type of balls. A bag is exactly containing 3 different type of balls. 3 different type of balls are there. 3 different types of balls are there. So a bag is exactly containing 3 different type of balls. Okay. So what are the 3 different type of balls? Let's see. A bag is containing 3 different type of balls. Okay. Now exactly what are the balls? So here, white ball, red ball, yellow ball. So how many different type of balls it is exactly containing? 3 different type of balls. Okay. Now 3 different type of balls are there. Now the most important thing is ki when what you are doing is ki when you are getting odd numbers, when you are exactly tossing a dice, when you are rolling a dice and when you are getting odd numbers, then you are selecting white ball. When you are getting odd numbers, you are selecting white balls, and when you are getting even numbers, you are selecting red balls. When you are getting even number, you are selecting red balls. Okay, and when you are getting even number, you are selecting red balls. So now tell me, how is it coming under probability? Is it coming under sample space? Is it coming under sample space? You have to answer my question. Odd means white, even means red, yellow. Is it coming under sample space? Is it coming under sample space? Is it coming under sample space? Is it possible to form a sample space with this? Because three different balls are there, three different types of balls are there. White ball is there, red ball is there, and yellow ball is there. White ball, so exactly you are rolling a dice also. So when odd numbers are there, you are exactly selecting white ball, and when even numbers are there, that time you are selecting yellow ball. So red ball, then is it exactly coming under sample space? Is it coming under sample? The statement itself, is it a complete statement? Is it a complete statement? Is it possible? Yes, Dipankar, but here one very big problem is there, beta. That answer is absolutely correct. 1, 3, 5 will come white and 2, 4, 6 will come with red or yellow. Okay, very good. Correct answer is there, but this is exactly the sample space. But the most important thing here is, in this experiment, one very important thing is left out, and that is we have exactly missed one very, because whenever we take an experiment, then whatever ingredients are there, means whatever contents are there, that should be a part of experiment, and that should be in the sample space. So here I think I talked about first red, or I talked about red. So I told that when exactly three different balls are there, when 1, 3, 5 odd numbers are there, then select white, and when even numbers are there, then select red. So 100%, but I have left out yellow ball. I think I left out yellow ball. So when you are leaving out yellow ball, what does this mean? That means that yellow is not a part of the experiment. But when we are taking an experiment at that particular point, we should consider everything. That should be a part of the experiment. But here this is not a part of the experiment. So 100%, since it is not a part of the experiment, since it is not a part of the experiment, so it is not considered, it is not going to be considered as experiment, sample space. I hope you might have understood this point. So sample space should contain all the possible outcomes, if any of the outcome is missing, which is a part of the experiment, then it will not be considered as sample space. It will not be considered as what? It will not be considered as sample space. This is a very important point. If they might have created a connectivity between the dice and yellow color, then only we could have said that okay, this is the sample space. Or they talked about that yellow ball is never touched, then 100% yellow ball will be kept alone in the set. But no statement is written about yellow ball. Okay, so this is exactly a type questions where we have to be very careful. Now I want you to only type and say the answer. From a group of 2 boys and 3 girls, two boys and 3 girls, 2 children are selected. Two children are selected. Find the sample associated to this random experiment. You have to find the sample space. Come on, make the sample space. What could be the sample space? Ask Dipankar. Dipankar, ask the doubt, because if you will be asking doubt, then only it will be cleared better. Ask doubt. Quickly ask doubt. So, yes, if they will be creating a connectivity there, Dipankar, then only they have to create a connectivity. Until and unless they will not be creating connectivity, and that content is a part of the experiment, that means sample space is not complete. Sample space is not complete. So look here, just like when you are making a cup of tea and you have exactly introduced that okay, I'm going to add this ingredient, and when you will be exactly not adding one of the, just think that you have exactly not added tea leaf itself at the time of making tea, then you will be saying that it is not a complete tea because tea leaves itself is missing. In the same way, when we are writing sample space, the total possible outcomes related to the experiment must be there, and if it will not be there, then it will not be called as a sample space. Fine. Now go for this. From a group of 2 boys and 3 girls, 2 children are selected. So what can be the all possible outcomes? Now here you have to write all possible outcomes. then it is possible. Now if they will be saying that, ki if, now just I'm just going to complete the statement, Dipankar. Now if they will be saying here that one simple point, if they will be connecting and saying that ki okay, when odd number will be there, then you have to select white ball, even number will be there, then select red ball, and if and with the yellow ball you have to exactly toss a coin. When yellow ball is left and you are tossing a coin, that means now it is going to be a sample space, because with yellow ball either head will come or tail will come. So 100% now connectivity for yellow ball will be there with head or tail. So that means now yellow ball will also be a part of the experiment. Now it will be coming under as sample space. Now it will be coming under as what? It will be coming under as sample space. I hope you might have understood this point, huh? So now let's see. Exactly, question is what? A group of 2 boys and 3 girls are there, and every time you have to select 2 children. Every time, so B1, G1, B1, G2, very good. B1, G3, 3 girls are there. 2 boys and 3 girls. Kritika, absolutely correct. Awesome performance. Now look here, 2 boys are there. B1 and B2 are the boys. And now girls are exactly G1, G2 and G3. G1, G2 and G3. So now how can be the selection? So now look here, selection will be what? B1 with G1, then B1 with G2, then B1 with G3, then B2 with G2, B2 with G2, G1, G2, and then B2 with B3. So like this collection will be exactly possible with B2. So now how we are going to write it as? So I'm just going to add the same color, so only I'm writing. So B1 with G1. So one boy, one girl. So now B1 with G2. This boy can be with other girl, and this boy can be with this girl. Then B2 with G1, B2 with G2, and B2 with G3. So these are all the possible outcomes. Very good, Dipankar, Kritika. So this is exactly the all possible B1 G1, B1 G2, B1 G3, B2 G1, B2 G2, B2 G3. So these are the all possible outcomes. Pooja, Kritika, Dipankar, absolutely correct answer. Yes, and Pooja has written everything in a very fair way. That is, you have to exactly make circle, you have to keep everything in ordered pair, and then you have to exactly put like this. So this is exactly the sample space. So how many sample space possible? So total sample space possible here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now one typical question I am going to B1 G1, ma'am. Okay, B1 G1 I missed. B1 G1, B1 G2, B1 G3, B2 G1, B2 G2, B2 G3. Okay, very good. So now, yes beta, we are going to go for a next question. Now next question, let's see how we are exactly going to take this one. This is a bit typical one, but many answers will be expecting. I am giving a simple question only because I have to go and discuss many things. Sample space, if you might have understood, then we will be going for next one. Your NCERT is full of this sample space related question first. An experiment consisting of rolling a dice an experiment Yes beta, no, the thing here is Pooja ki when we will be taking na beta event, we can take out anything, but in the question when they are telling that ki 2 boys and 3 girls, then you have to, for sample space na beta, you have to write all the possible outcomes. Okay, all the possible outcomes means B1 G1, B1 G2, B1 G3, like this you have told with first boy, like this one, all the possible outcomes B1 G1, G2, G3, and here B2. So 1, 2, 3. With this boy, there will be collection of this one, and with this boy, there is a collection of this one. And one more important thing is there in the question. I failed to check that one. Did they discussed about boy with girl only or boy with boy also possible? If boy with boy also possible, because if they will be saying that selection of 2 children, then boy with boy will also be possible. I failed to check that question out. If that question, wait, let me check this part. From a group of 2 boys and 3 girls, 2 children, okay, 2 children, a boy and a girl is not saying. So since a boy and a girl is not saying, then that particular moment B1 with B2 will also come. Okay, I didn't read the question. So here B1 with B2. So here you have to, yes, correct Pooja. So B1 with B2 will also be coming. Means boy will can also come. Now girl G1 G2 is also possible. Then G1 G3 is also possible. And then G2 G3. Means in that set you will be see, because I thought the question is exactly, I didn't read the question. I wrote the question and I went here. So look here. Question here is exactly two children are selected. If two children are selected means then it will be boy boy also, or girl. But if they will be saying in the question that a boy and ma'am only two children was written by you, yes, two children, that is what Dipankar. So that's why I'm adding this point. So that means now that two children are there, then total sample space will be more than that. First boy girl means boy first one, girl one, and then boy with girl, then boy with girl 3, then boy 2 with girl 1, then boy 2 with girl 2, and then boy 3 with boy 2 with girl 3, and then boy 1 and boy 2 together, then girl 1 with girl 2, girl 1 with girl 3, then girl 2 with girl 3, girl 2 with girl 3. So these are all possible outcomes. Okay, so these are, now the outcomes will increase. Now the total outcomes will increase because now here all that, because two children are there. So that is what we have to learn to pick the contents correctly, otherwise problem will come. The way I have just thought that boy and girl is there, so combo of boy and girl only I made. Fine. So now this is exactly called as sample space. So once this type of sample space questions, I think NCERT some questions they have written. Okay. Now we are going to go for event. You know that event is a selection of an outcome. Now what is called as negation of an experiment? Negation of an event. Negation of an event. So if somebody will be telling you what is the meaning of negation of an event, then what answer you are exactly going to say? Negation means what? Means the part which is not a part of the event will be called as negation of an event. Okay. Now just tell me some answers, then you will itself understand what is negation of an event. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A dice is exactly having 6 numbers, and when you are exactly rolling a dice, then these 6 numbers can be coming. When you are rolling a dice, then 6 numbers are coming. What is the probability of getting, or what is the possibility? I am not adding probability here. What are the possibilities? What are the possibilities, or what can be the event of getting? What is the event of getting prime number? Tell me. What is the event of getting prime number? What is the event of getting prime number? What can be the prime number? What is the event of getting a prime number? Quickly say, event of getting a prime number. Prime number only. Select this one. Prime number. Event of getting prime number. Event of getting prime number. Event of getting prime number. So if somebody will be asking you event of getting a prime number, then what can be the event of getting prime number? Very good. I am just asking, that's why I changed the statement, Dipankar. I said I want only event, not probability. I want event of prime number, and the event of prime number is coming as 2, 3, 5. Okay, very good. And that is 1 by 2. Absolutely. So prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. Then this is exactly set, this is the sample space. Now event of getting a prime number is exactly this one. Now if somebody will be telling you, what is the event of not getting a prime number? What is the event of not getting a prime number? What is the event? Absolutely correct, Dipankar. What is the event of not getting a prime number? Not getting a prime number. You got a prime number. Now event of not getting a prime number. Not getting. Event of not getting a prime number. What is the event of not getting a prime number? Prime number to everybody is getting. So not getting a prime number is 1, 4, 6. And you know what? It is represented by negation of E. So now I hope you might have understood. Here you have to understand one very important thing. Kritika, Pooja, Dipankar, absolutely back to back correct. Only one small work here is beta. That is when you are writing that negation. This is exactly called as negation of an event. Means when an event is 2, 3, 5, now its opposite. Means the one which is not a part of the event will be called as negation of event. the one which is not a part of event will be called as negation of event. I hope you might have understood. So it is called as negation of event. Your event was to get 2, 3, 5, but here negation of event is coming as 1, 4, 6. So I hope you might have understood negation of event here. Negation of event understood or not? Come on, quickly tell me. Negation of event 1, 4, 6 is coming as negation of event, and 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 5 is exactly the event. Understood? So if somebody will be telling you that when you are tossing two coins together, so these are the sample space. These are the sample space. The sample space is head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. Event of not getting two heads. Event of not getting two heads. Come on. Event of not getting two heads. When you will not be getting two heads. First, Dipankar, now itself you will be able to do. But an event of not getting two heads. Select which one is the event where two heads are not there. Dipankar, you can do it. First select event of not getting two heads. आंसर पता है तुमको दीपांकर, तुम बस ये काम करो, इसका वैल्यू निकाल के दिखाओ. इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग टू हेड्स. Event of, just 1 minute. Event of not getting two heads. By my hand the screen got switched off. Just 1 minute. Event of not getting two heads, absolutely correct. These are the event of not getting two heads. Then what is the event of getting two heads? 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 Beta, what is the event of getting two heads? Then you will be saying event of getting. Now you have understood now. Negation means not getting. Negation means not getting. So event of getting two heads is head head. Event of not getting two heads is head tail, tail head and tail tail. These are the events of not getting two heads. These are the event of not getting. So event, this is exactly called as negation of event. This is called as negation of event. And one thing is that negation of event, one very important point to be noted, very important point to be noted, that is event intersection negation of event will always be phi. Because whatever will be present in event, it will never be present in negation of event. So they will always be like phi. They will always be. So intersection of them will always be phi, and union of them will make the sample space. Note down this one. This is a very important point. This is a very important point. Yes. Hello देवांश. हेलो देवांश, कैसा चल रहा है? बुक लेके आई, खुद बीमार पड़ गई बेटा. बुक है मेरे पास, तुम्हारा वीडियोस बन जाएगा. बना रही हूँ यार, तबीयत ख़राब हो गया था, 2 दिन से तो पड़ी हुई हूँ बेड पे. आज उठी हूँ शाम को. हाँ, कल से शुरू करती हूँ. कल से तुम्हारा लेके आ गई हूँ बुक. बुक मिल गया मुझे केमिस्ट्री का. थोड़ा टाइम देता ना मुझे तो मैं आराम से बनाती, मगर अभी जल्दी बनाना पड़ेगा. So event of not getting two heads is this one, right? Yes, Dipankar. So event of not getting two heads is this one. Event of getting two heads is this one. So that means what? If intersection will be there, is there any common element here? No, there is no common element here. Since there is no common element, yes, negation is what beta? Event of getting 2 heads is this one, then event of not getting 2 heads will be this one, na Devansh. Event of getting 2 head is HH, means out of total sample space. ओके देवांश, चैप्टर का बताओ जल्दी जल्दी, क्या क्या चैप्टर है उसमें। मुझे बहुत, तुमने टेलीग्राम में भी मैसेज नहीं किया, तुमने बोला था शॉर्टकट मुझे भेजेगा, कुछ भी नहीं भेजा टेलीग्राम में, नो इन्फॉर्मेशन। 2 days आई चेक्ड, और तुमको कहाँ पे कांटेक्ट करूँ मुझे ये भी नहीं मालूम। So E intersection E complement means complement is negation. Complement is negation. Complement part is nothing but negation. I hope you might have understood. E union E complement is coming as S. That is exactly coming under what? Total sample space. That is coming under total sample space. I hope you might have understood this point. If you have understood, then we will start doing work. Now work is, if somebody will give you A is 1, 2, 3, B is 2, 3, 4, then A is exactly containing event 1, 2, 3, B is containing an event 2, 3, 4, then what will be A not B? What will be A not B? A but not B. टेलीग्राम पे नहीं मैसेज कर सकता, क्यों? हाँ, इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग 2 heads इज नेगेशन पार्ट. इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग, प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में ना देवांश क्या किया था, इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग 2 heads से स्टार्ट किया था. तो इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग 2 heads मीन्स हेड टेल, टेल हेड एंड टेल टेल. देन इवेंट ऑफ गेटिंग अ हेड. इवेंट ऑफ नॉट गेटिंग 2 heads कौन कौन सा होगा? हेड टेल, टेल हेड एंड हेड हेड. So the event of getting 2 heads, event of getting 2 heads is only headed, and then you find intersection of it, and then what you call union of it. ग्रुप में सेटिंग यस से ही है. तुम मुझे पर्सनली टेलीग्राम में मैसेज करो, पर्सनली मैसेज करो, ग्रुप में मत डालो, तुम पर्सनली मैसेज करो, हाई करके मैसेज करो, मैं रिप्लाई करती हूँ. सो नाउ ए बट नॉट बी. ए बट नॉट बी का मतलब ए बट नॉट बी, ए बट नॉट बी. So if sample space is containing as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what will be the answer? A but not B. So now you have to crack these words. So one by one I am just going to explain these points. First point is given as A is coming as 1, 2, 3, B is coming as 2, 3, 4. Now statement is A but not B. A but not B. A but not B. But not B. Then answer will be what? A but not B. Answer will be 1. Okay, let's see. Devansh is telling answer will be 1. Now look here beta. A but not B means what? A will be there but B will not be there. So A intersection B complement. Story over. A intersection B complement. A but not B. And they are common. So A but not B means if B we are not wanting, then which one we are wanting? B complement. Think about it nicely. Think about this nicely. Just check this statement out. Check this statement out. Dipankar, Devash, they both are telling one. Think this statement very nicely. If somebody will be telling you A but not B, if B is not there, then what will be there? B complement. Not B means B complement. So A intersection B complement. If B is 2, 3, 4, then what will be B complement? B complement or B negation will be what? 1, 5 and 6. Okay. Now what is A? A is 1, 2, 3. Intersection 1, 5, 6. So it is coming 1. Absolutely correct, both of you. So Devansh and Dipankar, absolutely correct answer. Here it is coming as A but not B. So A but not B means, in shortcut, when somebody will be writing you or giving you the statement A but not B, then that particular moment how to answer the question, the best way to answer a question is first find negation of B. And then find the intersection of A and B, and then find the intersection of A and B. That will be the answer. So one more question, let's see. Now exactly A is coming as head head, head tail. B is coming as Now sample space is coming as A but not B. What expected answer will be coming here? Come on, tell me quickly. A is coming as head and head tail. B is coming as tail and tail head. Now what will be A but not B? Okay, Dipankar is telling head and head tail only will come. Let's see. So B, first we have to find negation of B, because A but not B means what? A but not B means A intersection of B complement. A intersection of Pooja is also telling head and head tail is coming. Super. So now here beta, so first we will have to find B negation. B negation or B complement means here tail and tail head is there. Tail and tail head. So remaining part is coming as head and head tail. So now B negation is coming this much. So what is A? A is coming as head and head tail, an intersection head and head tail. That means they both are exactly common. So answer will come as head and head tail. Understood? Easy na? Easy na? You can do it. Easy na? Now another important point to be noted, when sometimes statement is given neither A nor B. Okay, so now next statement is neither A nor B. So now what you are going to go for this? Neither A nor B. Another statement in probability is because you know how to write sample space, you know many things. So writing that things is a waste of time. Directly we can go for the most important pick point questions and then we can solve. Okay, no problem Devansh, go for this one. Neither A nor B. So if somebody will be telling you neither A nor B and they will give you 0 will be coming. Now look here Devansh, when neither A nor B will be there, then how you are going to handle the case? Neither A nor B. Now one sample space is given to you is, that is when you are tossing a coin, you are when you are tossing a dice, you are getting this sample space. So now A is coming as prime number 2, 3, 5 and B is exactly coming as number divisible by 3. This is exactly prime number. Now number divisible by 3. So 3 and 6 are the number. So now neither A nor B. What answer will come? Neither A nor B. You have to find the event which is neither A nor B. Find the event which is neither A nor B. Find the event which is neither A nor B. Okay, this is exactly number divisible by 3. So you have to find an event neither A nor B. Very good. Dipankar is telling 1, 4 is coming, event neither A nor B. Devansh will be 0, I am not sure. This one Devansh, now look here beta. When neither A nor B is given na, see statement how to crack this one. So when somebody will be telling you neither A nor B, that means beta A complement. Neither A means A is not selected. That means A complement intersection B complement. So this is called as neither A nor B. Now first in this type of question, you have to exactly be very systematic. First find A complement. That is A complement. So what is containing in A? A is having 2, 3, 5. So now just write 1, 4, 6. Now what is B complement? B complement will be coming as 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so B complement is coming as 1, 2, 4, 5. Now 100% we got A complement and B complement. After getting A complement and B complement, beta, next part is you have to find intersection of A complement and B complement. Intersection of A complement, this is coming as 1, 4, 6. Now intersection 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 4, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5. Now what is common between them is 1 and 4. So answer will come as 1 and 4. Dipankar, absolutely correct. Super performance. Dipankar, absolutely correct. So I hope you might have understood how to go for this neither A nor B. Neither A nor B. That means here what you have to do when such statements will be coming, first I have written A and then I have written B, means according to the event you have to just get the event of getting A and event of getting B. Then find negation of A, negation of B, and then do intersection of that. That will be called as neither A nor B. Now here next important statement is, let's see how to crack this one out. At least one of at least one of A, B and C. Now, if somebody will be using this word, at least one of A, B and C, then how to pick the correct word? नहीं, इतना करना ज़रूरी नहीं है बेटा. Probability is a very important part for class 12 syllabus also. Okay, so why I am doing all this? Because once you will understand the content na, that time you will be able to handle everything on your own nicely. So what I have done right now is, now you know na, neither A nor B means A complement. वो तो तुम देख के भी लिख सकते हो. You can see the part of sample space, you can see A and you can see directly like that. Shortcut. Once you will be knowing the steps, you will be able to do it. But when somebody will be, you itself not know that what is the meaning of neither A nor B, then it will be a problem. Now look here, at least now you have to tell me 1 और 4 इसमें नहीं है, करेक्ट है. बस वही स्टेटमेंट, तो उसी स्टेटमेंट को हमको प्रेजेंट करना है सीबीएसई में. कंपटीशन यू नीड नॉट टू प्रेजेंट इट, सीबीएसई यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट इट वेरी नाइसली. नाउ लुक हियर, एट लीस्ट वन ऑफ ए, बी एंड सी. So now I am just giving you a question, you have to tell me the answer for this. A is coming as 1, 2, B is coming as 2, 3, C is coming as 2, 3, 4. What will be the answer? At least of A, B and C. Until and unless you will not understand, because probability word problem, probability is totally handling by the words. What words? Like neither A nor B, either A or B, A but not B, B but not A. So when such statement you don't know how to crack na, you will never be able to solve probability, because sample space finding is easy. Event finding with that statements will be bit difficult. Event finding with that statement will be bit difficult. Now look here, this is exactly the part of the question where everybody will be failing. Now look here, exactly look here, what is exactly given to you? At least, if I will say that, I just understand this statement, one last statement, try and understand. If I will say I can eat every day at least one chocolate, then what does this statement means for you? If I am telling you that, you know what, every day at least I can take one chocolate Devans, what does this means beta? If I am telling you at least I can take every day one chocolate, what does that means? If at least every day at least I can take one chocolate, what does that means? Think about it nicely. What does that means? Every day I can take one chocolate. That means a simple content is that one is only the small part of my eating, because at least one means I can eat one and more than one. I can take how much you will give. At least I started with one. So if I will say that every day at least I can eat 5 chocolates, minimum one you can eat, and maximum how much I can eat, I don't know. But minimum one I am eating. Minimum one I can eat one day, maximum I can eat how much is my limit going. So here also when they will be saying you this point, at least one of A, B, C. So at least means A, one, that means maximum to all will come. Maximum, all will come. Maximum. Seriously, I eat lots of chocolate before class itself. Yes, that's it, Pooja. Pooja got the point. So this is exactly the point now. At least A, B or C. At least one of A, B, C. So if I am going to take at least one of ABC, that means at most I am going to get all this. So at least part itself is the jackpot part. देवांश यहाँ पे फिर नहीं समझा तुम, यहाँ पे एक बार फिर समझो. At least एक लिया, at most कितना लिया, तो ये तो सीधे आ गया ये बात. A union B union C, ये तो सबका यूनियन कर दिया. Means what? If I might have said at most, then you could have went with this. But I am saying at least. At least means one of ABC. Means I can take at least one of ABC, but that means that is the minimum part of it. But here, since I have used the word least, that means हम उससे आगे भी बढ़ सकते हैं. Means we have to take all the event which is exactly the event which is the outcome for all the content sustainable part. So here the sustainable part means sustainable means here means that जहाँ पे तुम sustain कर रहे हो, so sustaining point is understood or not. That's why I gave my example. I can eat at least one chocolate. Means one chocolate is my initial. After that, I can eat many chocolates. In the same way, at least one of ABC means one I can take. Any one of it I can take. But maximum I can go for all. Maximum I can go for all, and probability deals with probabilities deals with possibility, and the maximum possibility is taking all the three. The maximum possibility is taking all the three. That's why Pooja is correct. So what answer is exactly going to come? So whenever you will see this point, at least one of them, pick the word that it is asking union. Pick the word that it is asking union, and it will become A union B union C, and that is exactly going to be coming as 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you might have enjoyed today's class. Understood Devansh? Very good beta. So that means now tomorrow Devansh one video तो definitely I am going to send for chemistry, और तुम देख करके बताना कि कैसा है. S block का पहले शुरू करती हूँ, ठीक है. S block का शुरू करती हूँ, देखती हूँ कहाँ तक उसको complete करके डाल सकती हूँ. Fine. According to the time I am going to send you one video. Good night, beta. Good night, everyone. Today's performance was very good. Pooja, Dipankar, Devansh, Shreya, Kritika, absolute. Kritika, very nice. Everyone, very nice. Okay. Bye, everyone. Good night.